I'm back in my hometown. I'm off the bus. Never again. Just looking at the looks in people's eyes of absolute despair. This is the house I grew up in. There is no way on earth I would ever come back here again. Oh Lord, it's finally happening. Oh, it's so windy. This could be an emotional video. Come off it, this is me you're talking about. I'm about emotional as a brick wall. But after 6 years of travelling full time, this is the video you probably haven't been waiting for. I'm back in my hometown. I actually have two of them, kind of. We're starting off at Hounslow Central Tube. I used to live down the road. You're going to see where that is in a little bit. Here comes a tube train, Piccadilly line. I used to go this way to work every day when I worked in central London and East London. It goes to Heathrow in the other direction up there. Oh, the memories are coming back. Brilliant.
Good service operating on all lines.
Oh my God. Here we are. Oh, this has changed. That used to be a pizza joint. Not anymore. Right, I'm outside the Bulstrode pub. What a dump. I do have to watch my back here, by the way, because there are people here that want me dead, and also people who think I'm dead from when I faked my death twice. Those were the days. That'll be in my book, if I ever write it. Just remembered, I slept with someone down there. Brilliant. First stop of the day, got to go down Asda, got to get a plug adapter. The accent's coming back, in it. My Hounslow accent, I ain't even faking it. Bloody hell. Oh Lord, the memories are all coming back. Asda's up here. I used to go out with someone who lived in one of these flats as well. I've been about a bit, and this is completely new. When I was last here 6 years ago, none of these flats were here. There was just a car park over there. Right, unsurprisingly, Asda ain't got none. This isn't going to be a plug adapter video, I promise. We'll try down the high street. I can't believe it. It's like a completely different town. Like where I'm walking, this was the car park. There's now a Starbucks. Honestly, I'm not filled with nostalgia. I'm kind of filled with hatred. Because we're heading on to Hounslow High Street, which is a classic example of a English or British high street. I'm surprised the shops are actually still in operation. Normally they're closed down. Oh Lord. Oh, there's Greg's. Brilliant. We've got all the wonderful establishments: KFC, Burger Base, Gadgets 360, M&M, Hair and Beauty. Of course, the legend, Primark. Honestly, it does feel a bit like there has been some investment down here. I'm actually shocked. This is Broken Britain. It's a pan shop. Next door is a Savers place. Like, cost of living crisis. Right, screw this. It's time for a Greg's. Oh, it's been so many years, but we're back. As you can hear, it's a bit difficult to film in here. This woman's shouting next to me. There are nut jobs everywhere and single mums with buggies. But I do have two absolute icons from my past, from anyone's past and present in the UK. I'm going to explode. Okay, this is a chicken bake from Greg's. I wish that woman would shut up. You couldn't make it up. This is a chicken bake, yes, look at it. You have to be careful with these because if you bite into them too quickly, you end up with a burnt mouth. Oh, look at this. And here is a steak bake. Honestly, I did want to get a sausage and bean melt, but they didn't have any. They never have any. They always run out of them. I think that bird might be deaf. Christ. I'm filled with food-related joy because these are just such a staple thing, you know. They fill you with absolute warmth and also chicken. Yeah, like this is the absolute comfort food. I can't believe I'm filming this in bloody Greg's. There's a guy staring at me over there, classic. It wouldn't be Hounslow High Street with a load of shit all over the floor. Tissues, leaves. That old man was nice. That's who I was having a chat with, and some birdie he was with. I was going to film more in there, but there were too many fat people staring at me, so I thought I'd get out of there. If you watch travel videos about London, or maybe Instagram with the Insta babes, and you see them going to all these bougie places and think that that's where you're meant to go to fit in as a Londoner, no, you go to Greg's. It's as simple as that. Sausage and bean melt for life. I'm going to have one later. Hopefully they've got some in stock. I was just thinking, yeah, there used to be a dodgy nightclub around here. It's still there. I think it's got a different name now. If you want to buy drugs, go there. Sorry to sound negative, but I have so many bad memories right ahead of me. Yes, it's not all good, you know. There is a reason I left the UK. It's not all bad, because Yellow Express Chinese Buffet is still there. I used to go there after like a 2-day bender when I didn't sleep or eat and have 4 plates of Chinese. It was truly iconic. Charcoal chickens there and all. It's nice to see that this pub is still derelict. I think it has been for about 20 years. Here's where I used to live. Oh my God. I swore I would never come back here for as long as I live. But here I am. I hope you appreciate it. I'm going to see if my gate code still works. Hang on. It doesn't. They have finally changed them. What about the car one? No, it doesn't work. So I actually lived one of the flats around the back. That flat down there, oh, it's no longer boarded up. That's good. That's because it was a crack den. A heroin dealer lived there, and once the police raided the place. Brilliant! I lived here. Well, I bought the place. It was shared ownership, 50-50 rent and the rest mortgage. Back then, my mid-20s, that was when I kind of thought that that's what you're meant to do, you know, save up, get on the property ladder. It really wasn't. It was the worst time of my life living here. Admittedly, a lot of it, most of it, was my own doing. But on the plus side, selling this place in 2016, I bought it in 2008, at the height of the credit crunch global financial crisis. You know, it went down in value after I bought it by about £20,000, so I was in negative equity for a while. By the time I sold it, fortunately it had gone up in value. I made 50 grand out of this place, and that's what gave me the capability to travel full time in the beginning. So I can't be completely full of hatred for this place, but honestly I am. So many years walking through there, out of this gate, heading to the tube station that we saw earlier, just completely delirious and unaware of life. How did I sleep through that for 8 years? Yeah, as I was saying, you know when you're in the absolute hell zone in life and you're just going through the motions, the routine, and you don't even realise that's what you're doing, and next thing you know it's 8 years later. That's what it was like living here. Honestly, it's really uncomfortable. I feel so out of place here after all these years. There is no way on earth I would ever come back here again. Right, quick fag before I jump on the bus with all these other chavs. I'm off the bus, never again. Scarred me for life. Like, just looking at the looks in people's eyes of absolute despair and misery. I mean, I'm probably projecting my own experience in this area onto them, so I'm sure they're absolutely fine, but you know, it's absolutely obvious. Post penis. GR, that was one of the Georges, wasn't it? King George the something. There's an A380 coming into land at Heathrow. The classic British weather has struck, of course. I'm drenched, and I'm curious to know, what do you think of where I'm from so far? Is it what you expected? Because honestly, over the years, you know, a lot of people who aren't from the UK do have this idea that everyone from the UK is from like Buckingham Palace or Hogwarts. It's not true. It's not the case, all right? And actually, this place really sums up a lot of the places I've been to over the years, places particularly that I've called home, or destination choices, travel choices. In the beginning I used to go to places that were very much, you know, touristy locations, like in the first year, second year as well, but especially this year with Torreon, Urgh, Ciudad Obregón in Mexico, you know, I want somewhere that's more home-like, and I think subconsciously what I've been doing over the years is looking for somewhere like this, except this is a shithole. Right, we're heading into Feltham, good grief, which is my ultimate hometown. Over there, there's Feltham Assembly Hall and some tennis courts, which is where my dad used to take us when we were kids to play tennis, obviously. Oh God, it's coming. There's Feltham Station. I'm showing you the wonders of Feltham. We're just heading onto Feltham High Street. You might think this is a church, but like even when I was a kid, it wasn't. It's like, it was a church obviously, but it's an office building now. Well, I'm gonna get the bus again because I cannot stand being here for any longer than I have to be. Right, it's just coming. Off the bus again, and after 6 years of travelling full-time to more countries than I can shake a stick at, this should really be an iconic, epic, dramatic moment, returning to where I grew up. Oh, the sun, but it's really not. I used to live up here from the ages of 2 to 26, 1984 to 2008, and it hasn't changed at all. I'm assuming my mum is watching this. Hi, hun. If you are, you're probably screaming right now. You know what? I am actually feeling an ounce of emotion now, because this is my proper home. Like, that bus stop over there is where I used to get off the bus coming home from school on the 235 bus, which is literally pulling up now. It used to be a double-decker back in the day. Spring Corner behind me. Oh, the sun. Phoenix Chinese Takeaway is still there. Why is everything closed? So that building over there, it used to be a pub. I think it was called the Rose and Crown. Then it was changed into somewhere called the Mansion, like a chavvy place. But once upon a time, the owner, I think, caught his wife cheating on him and set the place on fire and killed her. Brilliant. This is the sort of place I grew up in. I think I might cry, actually. There's the post box at the end of my road. Spring Road. Don't worry, it's not a password for anything. There's a phone box there. There used to be a phone box there, but it was like an old style one, you know, like you see all over London. Spring Road, Spring Corner. I can't believe I'm here. Over there, that grassy area, I think it was called Feltham Green. You can go through an alleyway down there. We'll go down there in a bit, actually. When I was a kid, like 5 years old maybe, we had to do this thing called dancing around the maypole. Like, there's a big pole and you have these ribbon things and dance around it. I don't know why I was forced to do that. It was a bit lame. Oh crap, there's my house down there. This is the house I grew up in. Number 21. It's in the centre of the screen right now. What the fuck have they done to it? What's happened to the garden? Obviously I don't want to get too close because they'll probably call the police. But yeah, there's the front room down there. My mum's room was up there. That's the bathroom. My bedroom was around the other side, along with my sister's. That garden. Jesus, that driveway was a nightmare to get your car down. Oh Christ, I can't believe it. That woman's probably giving me evils in the car. Oh no, she's not. Brilliant. I'm filling you with childhood memories today, aren't I? Up that road there's a park called Ludlow Park, which is where I used to go to play football. My dad forced me to join a football team when I was like 9. I actually quite enjoyed it, to be honest. It didn't last long though. So this is an absolute childhood memory. Like, I'm talking like late 80s, early 90s. This little alleyway to St Dunstans Church, which is up here. Oh God, it's like an absolute childhood flashback, you know, because my school, my junior school and infant school is just across the road there. Again, look Mum, it's St Dunstan's Church. I swear it used to be bigger. It's tiny. I mean, obviously when I was a kid, I was also tiny, so it probably felt huge. There's a Three Horseshoes pub. Looks like it's still a pub, which is quite refreshing actually, because a lot of pubs around here have been turned into like Tesco Expresses and Sainsbury's Locals and that. Feltham Hill Infant and Nursery School. They've still got the same FHS shield thing. September intake 2023. I was the intake, class of 1985. Jesus Christ. And here is my old junior school. 1989 to 1993. It's now called Oak Hill Academy. As I said, it was Feltham Hill. Looks a bit more posh now. Oak Hill Academy, what the fuck does that mean? Obviously I don't want to get arrested for like filming children, but there's my old school. Can't believe it, we used to have like the class photos done, just there. Oak Hill Academy, principal, Mrs. Same. It was headmistress in my day, Mrs. Miller. Good morning, Mrs. Miller, we used to say every day in assembly. Oh Lord. That was which one was my old classroom? I think it was that one in year 3, the first year. Jesus. Then we were up there with Mrs. Williams. I think that was Mr. Owen. This zebra crossing over the road from the school is where you used to have a lollipop lady. Do they still exist? Like the women that used to just walk out in the street with the lollipop like sign saying stop children crossing. Classic zebra crossing. I think she was called Joan. Where is all this coming from? So if you're into music, you might know that Freddie Mercury used to live here. It was before I was born, it was in like the 60s and 70s. I could go to where that is, but honestly it's just a house like the one I showed you where I used to live with a little plaque on the wall, that's all. And up the road, up Feltham High Street, I got a shot of it earlier when it went past on the bus. The Oasis video, Stand By Me, was filmed there in 1997, but again there's no point me showing it because it's all been knocked down and rebuilt since then. But yeah, look it up. Those are my 2 claims to fame. I remember these gates walking past here in the autumn with all the leaves. If you want to know where I went to secondary school, or high school if you're American, it's all the way out there like a few miles away in a place called Sunbury, which is a little bit more posh than Feltham. So when I was there I had to use my YouTube voice. So I could carry on and bang on about Feltham nostalgia until I'm blue in the face, but honestly I don't think you'll care. Those benches over there, I remember them. So I'm going to get back to Battersea where I'm staying. And the icing on the cake was that lad at the bus stop wearing my old school uniform, which has not changed in the slightest. Like, when did I leave there? 1998? And there's the 235 again, I'm sorry. Busgate 2022. I am feeling better about this now. I'm filled with a plethora of emotions, and I have been throughout this video. Hatred, annoyance, nostalgia, and honestly I would need a separate sit-down talking video to fully articulate everything going through my mind right now. I think for any of you who have also been back to your hometown after a long time, you probably know exactly how I feel. So hi everyone, it's the next day. I'm refreshed. Actually I'm not, because I was kept up half the night by people speaking on their phones in the hostel. But it's all good. I'm just about to film the next video. I'm near Portobello Road in West London. Stay tuned for that one. And I just want to say apologies for this video being quite ordinary, but isn't that what hometowns are about? When we go back to our hometown, it is ordinary. That's why we travel. That's why we go to different places which are extraordinary. That's my ending of the video. So I'll see you next time in London for some brutalism, some markets, and also, of course, we're going to go to a fish and chip shop. You know, I can't come to London without doing that. So hope you've enjoyed my hometown. I didn't. I won't be going back there. And I'll see you next time. I'll catch you later.